Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and this is a fun little video I'm really excited to share with you guys, where I interviewed some of the kids from Witter Coin University. We had a really nice time chatting them up. While I was there, I enjoyed the whole thing, and then unfortunately, I wasn't able to interview all of them, but this will give you some insight as to, I think, what Witter Coin U is all about. I want you to watch this not critically. And what I mean by that is listen to the spirit behind what the kids are saying. You're not here to judge the kids on grammar or whatever, or being nervous in front of the camera, stuff like that. Okay, so I just want you to hear the voices of the kids that were there and what they had to say about it. And I wish I would have recorded the actual evening dinner that they did, the diploma dinner that they do, because Seth made each one of the kids talk, and to hear them all speak really from the heart about what Witter U meant to them is pretty incredible, pretty incredible. So in the meantime, really enjoy these young numismatists as we go through a little bit about what Witter U was like for them.
All right.
He's got it all rocking and rolling. I am at Witter U with
I'm with Tyler.
Tyler. Thanks for joining me today. All right, so the camera's over here. If you want to look at it, you can. There's like a whole thing. It's technology stuff's really complicated. So Witter U, is this your first time here?
This is my second time here now.
Did you fail the first time?
No. So I took the beginner's grading the first year, and now I'm in the intermediate. I just finished the intermediate grading course.
So tell me what happens. Tell me what happens here at Witter U.
Well, Witter U, you're just making a lot of relationships with people, meeting a lot of new, young numismatists that are also as passionate as you, and you're meeting a lot of world-class instructors that really help you with, branching out your knowledge, learning more about stuff in the industry.
What type of, who do they have here for instructors? Tell me about these guys.
They got Steve Feltner. So Steve Feltner, he's one of the grading heads of grading of PCGS. They got John Brush, the owner of David Lawrence Rare Coins. They got Seth Chandler of Witter Coin in San Francisco. And they have a few other, they got Doug Winter, they got Keith Moon, and just a few, Devin Hipp as well, the VP of Stacks.
So I was not invited to actually teach anything. Is that probably a good idea?
I like your enthusiasm, and I kind of wanted to see you teach, a little bit about how to be a coin dealer and how to.
A little bit might be the right way to put it. Yeah, no, this is cool. So I was really impressed with the vibe here. I spoke last night, and then I talked about stuff that went over all the kids' heads. Don't worry about it. And then tell me though about the other collectors here.
They're super passionate, just like me. I live in Florida, and I don't see a lot of kids that are into coins. And when I get to see 39 other young numismatists that are as passionate about coins as me and just love to do deals, it's really fun to see. And it's a big family, and it's like a big get together.
What's your favorite coin you think you saw here?
I don't really know. It was probably the Proof Kellogg. I think that Seth had the Kellogg.
We're not talking about cereal, folks.
But we're talking about the Kellogg, and I think it was a 64 cam, and there's only one in Cameo. It's extremely rare, and it was just absolutely incredible to see.
Yeah, they pull out all the stops for the kids. They get to see all the cool stuff. So, Tyler, thanks for joining me.
Of course.
All right, I'm here with
Renee.
All right, Renee, awesome. Thanks for joining me today. So tell me, how many times have you been to Witter U?
This is actually my first time here.
Okay. How do you end up at Witter U? What happens?
Well,
what's the process to show up here? Like, how do you get accepted?
You have to send them a video and send them letters and essays about you and yourself and what you like to collect. Basically, to tell them about yourself and how you got involved in collecting.
That's good. So what you don't send them any bribe money or anything?
No.
Okay, just checking. All right, so what type of stuff do you like to collect?
Mainly vintage US, sometimes modern US, but I prefer vintage US.
US?
Yeah.
So tell me about the experience here at Witter U. What was it like for you?
It's an incredible experience. You can build so many friendships here. You can get you have the chance to meet so many incredible instructors. That's the best part of it.
What was your? Is there like a favorite part that you had about being here this week?
Hmm. I guess you could say having presentations and grading in class. That's my favorite part.
Yeah. What was what was, if you have a favorite coin or two that popped up that you got to see this week?
That's a tough one because there were a lot of cool coins here, but mm, I guess I did see some really cool patterns while I was practicing grading and die trials. That's what I guess that could be one of them.
So, are you coming back next year, or are you kind of aged out?
I'm kind of actually aged out, probably.
That's too bad. That's too bad. So, what if there are people who end up watching this video? They're older collectors, and they've never heard of Witter U before. Like, what would you tell them about supporting Witter U and what it does for the coin community?
It definitely provides young numismatists the opportunity to expand their knowledge and create more connections within the industry.
Awesome. Renee, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much. Thank you so much for having me here, sir.
I'm at Witter U with
Keegan.
All right, Keegan, thanks for being here. Is this your first time here?
It is actually.
What part of the country are you coming from?
I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I've heard of Virginia. Is that one of the 50 states?
I think it was one of the first 13. I don't know. I think we had a bunch of presidents too. But
Overrated. Okay, so we'll move on. What is your? Tell me about Witter U. What was your experience like here?
my experience was a ton of fun. I mean, just meeting a bunch of new people. Like, some of them I knew already online from Instagram, but getting to put names to faces,
Yeah.
it was a lot of awesome, and I just was trying to take a sip from the fire hose of knowledge.
So what? So your coin community previously was mostly from meeting people like through Instagram, or?
Well, so the nice thing about Virginia Beach is, like, literally where I live, I got 3 local coin shops within 10 minutes of me. So a lot of my knowledge was from that, you know.
Yeah. Do they have a storefront? These guys, CAC, is that?
Well, we got a building. I mean, it's kind of locked off to the public. But you know.
Oh, do you work at CAC?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, look at this guy. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
So what are you doing at CAC?
I work in the quality control department, quality assurance. So I'm making sure that everything looks nice before it gets sent back home.
Nice. So when a package goes out, when it comes back to us, you're the one who puts all those rubber bands on there? No.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Sorry. We're getting into top secret stuff here. This is too insider. Let's go back to the Witter U experience, shall we? So is this is your first year, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what would you recommend this experience to other young numismatists?
I would recommend it 100%. There is a lot to learn, and I remember from your speech earlier, there's knowledge to be gained here, but there's also a lot of wisdom to be gained from all the teachers that are here.
Guy's turning into the teacher's pet over here. Watch out. I'm gonna give you front of the class right away. Straight A's. So what was the favorite, if you could call it there a favorite coin in here that you saw this week, or something that just blew your socks off, what was it?
Well, I don't think I can say whose it was because he asked not, but there was a dollar which was I'm trying to think of the exact name for the mint error, but essentially a $50 was struck onto a trade dollar from Carson City. And in the Carson City Museum, they also have the other half. So he has the half, and the Carson City, Nevada Museum has the other half.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what they bring here to the show to be able to show the kids and stuff. And so, what did you learn the most about? What do you feel like in the week's time you really improved on?
I improved upon a lot. I think the number one thing that I can say I improved upon is identifying, clean coins and just problem coins in general.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always really important. Well, thank you for your time. And are you going to be able to come back next year, maybe?
Actually, I'm aging out, so I'm 20 years old. So.
Look at all these old people here, man. Yeah. They keep aging out. What a terrible thing. All right.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Thanks for your time.
Yep.
Cool. All right. I am with Tor.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing really good.
Really good. So now this has been one of the coolest things for me about being here is that Tor is from Norway.
Yeah.
And tell me about like how do you get from Norway to Witter U?
I mean, it's kind of a weird thing because I started collecting like during COVID. So basically all of like interacting with other people were online. So mostly Americans because most Americans collect coins compared to like other countries. So I started getting like involved like on the Instagram community. And from there I discovered like Virju. And last year Sophie, that's another international student, got in. So I decided to like try to apply this year, and I got in. So here I am.
So it was someone who was here previously that kind of led you to know that this
Yeah.
exists and that you can come
Yeah.
from
Yeah, I
overseas.
can come from outside the US, wherever you are. If you're a serious collector, they'll bring you in.
Yeah. So I always have to remind people that there's age limits. So we keep having kids that are aging out. So you've got to be, I think, 14 to 20 or something like that is the numbers.
Yep.
So how is coin collecting really that much bigger in the States than it is in Europe?
I can't compare like other European countries since I don't travel
can
that
just
much.
compete,
But at
so-
least in Norway, it's usually like old people, retired people, having a bit of like free time doing like sets or different stuff. So it's definitely like more people. Like there's a lot of coin shows in the US, not at all in Norway. Maybe a few like bigger auctions where you have a few coin dealers, but like this coin show here, which you probably call it really small, that's
Yeah.
bigger than one in Norway.
Yeah,
So that's
cool.
like the size comparison.
Yeah. So what did you really feel like you learned if you had one takeaway from this event?
I mean, the grading. I always like the past year I've been doing like graded DS stuff, but actually like learning how to grade stuff, understanding how like the system itself works, but also what's like behind it, what you have to look for. That's just something I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
And I've been watching like hours of your videos, other videos. It was like seeing an entire different world, kind of.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So you're going to have to teach me how to teach people better because now
Yeah.
now you know how it works.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, I'm gonna like teach other Norwegians.
Well, I think absolutely you should get your own channel and just start educating
I mean,
because
I do have Instagram, so you can like check out stuff. I usually write about the coins I post there.
okay, no, that's cool. I mean, whatever community it takes for you to build, but
Yeah,
the point about it is just being able to reach out and
Yeah.
continue to build because I still have this belief that coin collecting can be popular
Yeah, I mean-
anywhere you go.
I mean, it's a way you can have something physical and not only like digital stuff. Like you can have something physical with value that's like more universally accepted. You know, if you have a baseball card, maybe you have a popular player or something, then it's gonna get outdated and the value is gone.
Yeah.
If you have coin, it doesn't like lose value like that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I always felt like coins are a better deal for
Yeah.
everybody in the long term. So awesome. So would you recommend this experience to anybody?
Yes,
Everybody?
absolutely. I mean, even if you're American, European, or somewhere else, just apply. It's worth a try.
Yeah.
I didn't believe I would get in. I did get in. So just
Were
try.
you really surprised when you got contacted?
I was really
you
surprised,
think
like
it was
getting a
shaking
DM on
and
Instagram. I was really shaking, like, wow, is this real? I did not realize this was real until I sat on my plane.
Yeah. Is
That's the
it so? Was this this is your first time in the States?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how's it been so far?
I mean, one thing, Americans, you are like more friendly, more like outgoing. I was like a little bit afraid it was gonna like be awkward or something, but everyone is there, hey, Tor, and
Yeah.
like real friendly.
You became everyone's best friend right away.
Yeah,
right?
kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
there's only one Norwegian here, so
That's cool. Well, it's easy. Well, it's good to have something
Yeah.
that differentiates you.
yeah, that's for sure.
All right.
People remember my name. Right
That's
away.
right. Awesome. Thanks, Tor. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. I'm here with Frankie, and this time I hit record, which means like we get to actually talk. Should we just talk about something completely different this time?
I don't mind. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever
I don't
you want
care.
to do. You won't even know the secret stuff we just talked about.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
really saucy.
Totally top of the notch stuff that you
Yeah.
cannot know.
No, not at all.
Can't.
Not at all. But in the meantime, so instead we'll just talk about tell everyone about Witter U. What's it like?
Witter U is really just it's an experience. Honestly, it's an experience where you can go somewhere with people. Well, the pattern that I see here is a lot of kids that come here are not the type of same kind of kids that would be in their area. If you know what I'm saying, like usually they're outliers. So now a bunch of outliers are being put together, and that's where the community and friendship
and
comes.
they're accepted.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool. What's so tell me about some of the things that you saw this week that you really enjoyed as far as coins go.
Well, in terms of coins, I really enjoyed seeing some of the great collections, such as David McCarthy. His coins are absolutely phenomenal. I really enjoyed doing the coin grading and just seeing a lot of cool stuff. I saw a Mofat 5 and a Rattler this week, and I never thought I'd ever see something like that. But it was just pulled out like it was nothing. Oh, look at this! It's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's worth more than me.
Well, let's not go too far there. But so tell me now, you also had like a project you had to do?
Yes, I did. We had research projects, and my intermediate class, we did a lot with. Some people did Mexican coins. One person did just some $400,000 to $700,000 coins that he thinks are worth more than $1 million. That kind of stuff. I did mine on $2.50 libs.
So in the process, you had to learn more about what than you already knew, right?
Oh yeah, obviously. I learned a lot more about like survival numbers in the series and how some of them are very, very low for the coins, making them underrated.
So this is your second year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, was that research project a new concept, or is that something you did last year too?
No, we didn't do it last year. It was definitely a new concept because the intermediate class didn't exist last year. It was just beginner and advanced. So I really liked the intermediate aspect because a lot of kids, they want to go into research. They want to learn more. They're hungry for information. And I think the intermediate class is just really where that is great.
So if there's a kid out there who's kind of seen an Instagram post or something on Witter U, and they're like, yeah, but I can't go. They'll never accept me. Do I like talk to that person?
Oh, that's absolutely wrong. I didn't think I would be accepted. In fact, the first year I didn't get accepted, but the second and third year now I'm here. It's just a wonderful program that, like, I can't express my gratitude. It's really something I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm at a loss for words. Or some people would be so kind, especially to me.
Yeah. Well, it's been a neat experience. I mean, I wasn't here teaching, but I just got to experience the graduation and stuff, and then the coin show we're doing here right now. And I can say for me too, it's just so cool to see all the YNs and then the other people in here, that have decades of experience get together, and it's really a pretty cool event. So.
And also, it's the adults too that are willing to just give information, which I absolutely adore. I feel like this hobby can be very greedy at sometimes, but especially the adults here, in terms of the instructors, more than willing to give all the information that they've taken years to learn, and they'll just give it to you like it's nothing.
And this isn't some group of guys that are just some grandpa sitting in the middle of Iowa somewhere. These are guys that have major careers.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it's 100%. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
Each instructor is pretty much a head of an auction company. You got Stacks, Heritage. Ian from Great Collections was here. Jessica from Legend is here. Who else?
Yeah.
DLRC. It's all here. Steve is from PCGS. Keith is from NGC. Every checkbox is checked.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, thanks so much for your time.
Oh, of course.
Twice.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, I'm here with YN Jacob. Jacob, how you doing?
Doing perfect. I love this little setup you have here with the mic. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, this is like if you've seen any of the old game shows.
Oh yeah.
This was how they did the mic back then. It was like always the real long narrow mic.
Oh well, I love it.
That's good. See, we got class going on here, and I don't mean like education. I just mean class.
Yeah.
100%. So tell me about. Is this your first experience here at Witter U?
No, this is actually my second year here. I was very fortunate to be able to come back. I was at the summer seminar this past month, and Seth basically said, "Oh, come over here in the corner," and he pulled out his phone. You know how he always does. He doesn't tell you anything.
He doesn't tell us anything. I can attest to that. But he has a lot of swag. I just had to hold up the Witter U bottle because
hats back.
I know. It's good stuff. So tell me, how different was this event for you this year than last year?
Well, it was just really awesome because each year you get a whole bunch of new kids, and so it's just like this year we had a lot of kids from other parts of the world. We had a couple of kids from the UK. We had some other kids from other European countries. So it was like really awesome. It was also very interesting because we had only 2 classes last year. Now we have 3. so the instructors per class has gotten smaller, but it has allowed us to have more one-on-one time with them. So that's one thing I was very fortunate to be a part of. And also another interesting aspect to my class, the intermediate class, was that we were able to create a presentation over this past week, and we presented it. That was a really fun thing I got to do. I know a lot of kids were very anxious about it, but it offers a great opportunity to delve into the coins you really love and create something just really awesome.
And so you don't do U.S. coins, and so even though you don't do U.S. coins, would you recommend this to people?
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's so much stuff that in numismatics that can be sort of applied, like grading. If you understand how to grade, that can simply be applied to another series, just as long as you understand the series. Let's say if a series has crude strikes and stuff like that, same thing can be applied. So it's stuff that goes across the board. And like I said, my class did a lot of research. So numismatic research just isn't specific to U.S. coins. There's researchers in all different areas of coins. So it was a really great class, not only for people who collect U.S. coins, but people who collect basically any coins, foreign coins, world coins, whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. So are you gonna be able to come back next year, or are you aging out, or how does that work?
So I'm 18 now. I think the final age they have is 21.
You might be able to make it.
Yeah, and they have like I said, a beginner, intermediate, and advanced class. So I'm within the intermediate, so I technically have a shot. So hopefully, maybe.
I'm glad they have beginner classes because that means maybe next year I can come in and learn something.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have you we'll bring you in. We'll put you in the back and just sit in and watch.
Do you guys have dunce caps that I can wear?
Do I have what?
The dunce cap. You know the dunce cap?
We can make you one. I think.
Muy stupido.
Yeah. We'll put something like that together for you.
That's good. Well, I figure if you can put together, what was your presentation on?
So my presentation was on early series Charles and Joanna Forials. I know it's very obscure, but they're the first coins made in the Americas, which is really interesting.
I think then you can probably make me a dunce cap just as well.
Oh well, I'm sure at the end of it we can take it off of you after you've sat through and soaked it all in.
Only if you can sign it for me, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll sign the cap for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Jacob.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, so here I'm with Lucas. Lucas, where are you from?
I'm from the UK. I'm about 30 miles west of London.
Okay. So does that mean that you guys like raise sheep out there, or do you have like a big city, or what?
I mean, it's a small enough town, but it's not like you'd think. Yeah.
So you get here first time in the States?
Yeah, it's my first time in the States.
What's it been like for you?
For me, it's like exactly what I've seen in the movies. I mean, a bit different. I expected more homeless people and stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, it probably just depends on where you're at, right? I mean, certain parts. This area here by the ocean's pretty nice, and so has the weather felt like home a little bit?
yeah, I mean, it's been nice here. I mean, slightly warmer than in the UK at the time, but yeah.
So tell me about what made you think about coming to Witter U?
I actually saw an interview from another coin YouTuber with Seth Chandler, and I thought, oh, this sounds like a great opportunity. I wonder if they're still doing it. And then I see, I just missed 2022's one.
Yeah.
And then when I saw they were doing it again, I applied immediately because, I mean, how could I not want to take up this great opportunity?
Yeah, and so what has the experience been like overall this week?
It's been great. I mean, I met so many new people. I've talked to so many great instructors. The great JD is here. I mean, godfather of numismatics, one of the founders of PCGS. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and he just hangs out all week, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some nice long chats with him about his family history and stuff, some coin stuff also.
Yeah. How cool is that, like, just being able to build a relationship with someone on that level?
It's amazing. I've made so many great connections here. I've got now connections at David Lawrence, EdGC, the great JD. I mean, yeah.
That's cool. So now, was it hard for you? Now, I assume you don't collect U.S. coins necessarily.
I actually do. I bought one today. I bought a $5 gold Liberty. Yeah.
Very cool. So do you collect all types of world coins?
To be honest, I mostly collect American and English coins, but every now and then I do like to branch out to Europe and South Africa and stuff like that.
So it's just like whatever you see that you really like, you kind of pick up?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what was was there a highlight, like a coin highlight for you this week? Like a coin you saw that you're like, okay, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, David right now has a couple of really nice coins. He's got a high relief Lincoln cent in the case over there. One of two.
What?
Yeah. He said it's worth about 600 grand.
I'm going to have to go check that out now because you're going to have to show me that. That's cool.
It's pop 1 of 1 because there's no other graded with PCGS.
the amount of stuff that they throw out here for the kids is pretty insane. So these guys have some amazing stuff. So now tell me about education wise. What did you learn?
I learned how to grade better. In the UK, we don't have that many US coins that we can have in hand to actually learn to grade. But here they put that all out for us so we can actually learn properly and with the right people. I mean, if it was just someone random teaching us about this, well, like just
Once again, this is how I didn't get invited to teach. Just so you know.
yeah, just someone who doesn't know anything about coins. If I was taught by them, I'd struggle. But it's being taught by like John Brush, Keith Moon, Steve Feltner, JD, even sometimes.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Well, so are you able to come back next year, maybe?
I'm definitely going to apply. I'm not sure I'll get in, but I'll apply. And I'm also going to apply to the ANA Summer Seminar.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Nice talking with you.
You too. We'll get a proper. They can't see the handshake anyways. But we'll get a proper handshake
There.
here eventually, or we should do like the bro handshake next
Yeah,
time.
next time.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.